In the third season of Picard to be with all of your friends from your next generation?
First of all, the show was called Picard.
Why was the show called Picard?
Because about me. But I was so happy to have my friends join me in the fun and excitement of the third season of Picard.
I got that part, but I was told that the Picard, the concept for Picard was that it was just you. No ship, no Federation, no friends, nobody from Next Gen. Am I correct in that?
Yes. What it was supposed to be was me every week drinking wine. All right, I must sit down now.
Let's just do the whole panel like this. We've got another question from the audience. You let this man in.
Yes.
First of all, you look gorgeous today.
Are you free? I'll give you my room number. Okay. What's your question?
I'm hardly free. Two questions.
Yeah.
Where is Michael Dorn?
I don't know. He thought he'd come a day early so he could be rested. His plane got in at 2 in the morning. He was supposed to be out here answering questions. I don't know where Worf is.
And why did you have one son on the show in season 3 and not the other son?
So you don't know about all my daughters. That's coming up later, okay? Okay.
Will there be a legacy show in which you and Mr. Spinner will appear?
Well, Mr. Spin.
No.
Mrs. Spinner's gonna be in it, though.
Oh, Mrs. Spinner?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Because that's...
Will any of the Soong family be in the legacy show?
We're hoping not.
Any of the 14 characters you play?
I've just begun. There are so many more Soongs in the galaxy. Let's see.
Could you give us a little Soong?
Can we speak to a son, please?
My favorite part of dinner is not. You said song, right? You know, I'm waiting for the Soong to appear on Strange New Worlds.
Whoa!
Alpha Soong.
He's gone rogue. Yeah. He's gone rogue in the audience.
Ditch! Where the hell have you been? Inquiring minds want to know.
Like a vegan club.
That's not a bad idea. I like that. Would you administer it for me?
Ooh, this is going to be a good path.
Just like to remind everyone, we're only 5 minutes in, so this is going great.
Are we done yet?
Ditch Pie, we're happy you're here. We were very concerned about you.
Oh, thank you very
Tell us a
much.
little bit about your travel day yesterday.
Actually, we were at a birthday party for Brent's son, who's just turning 21. And I said, I am going, I went there, I brought a present. I said, you know, I've got an hour. They made special vegan meals for me, and I was eating, and I said, look, I gotta go. And an hour, I leave, and halfway to the airport, I get a text. Your flight has been delayed an hour. I said, and I'm sitting there for about 10 minutes going, do I go back? There's food, there's my friends, or do I make the airport? I better just go into the airport. They're very tough on you. If you leave and you come back, they're not quite as nice. First thing is, what are you doing here? And so then I get to the airport, I get another text, another hour. So it's not an hour. And then while I'm there, I get another text, another hour. And so I didn't get here, I got in my
Meanwhile, we're
room.
eating the vegan sausages that he didn't even get to taste for.
Vegan sausages and the vegan salad was fantastic.
Delicious.
There was lots of it.
So good.
Amazing.
Given it away.
I called Lloyd, I said, hey, look, do you have any leftovers?
Let me ask you this, how did you react when your schedule was? Were you water on the rock?
I was water on the rock, I breathed, and I used it as an opportunity. I said, and you know what? And you know what else? Instead of getting angry at everybody and everything, I said, oh, wait a minute. It's my responsibility. If I had checked my phone before I left,
You'd be eating all that vegan food.
I'd be-
And you wouldn't
I'd have all that vegan food now. You know?
Thank God you meditate.
I mean, have we just been utterly rude?
This is James. No.
This is amazing. No, this is the funnest panel ever. Yeah. This is amazing. I've been here the whole time, actually. Yeah.
Jay, what do you got for us?
Well, so this is exactly the format. This is supposed to be kind of a loose roundtable discussion. I got a couple questions, but we'd love if you'd ask each other questions. We'll take some questions from the audience, as you perfectly already exemplified. So if you have a question, go ahead and line up, but it's just a real casual conversation.
So, can I just say, Brent, did you eat the Thai meatballs or that special beef one, or did you do the tofu?
I had the tofu.
Okay.
I should clarify, it is supposed to be a roundtable discussion about Star Trek. not like a vegan food chat. But that's fine. That's what it is.
I was just checking.
If it goes there,
I had the same thing.
we could boldly go into those topics if we want to.
I see what you did there,
Yeah, you
James.
see what I did there? Yeah.
What do you want to say about Star Trek that hasn't already been said?
Well, that's exactly. We're kind of hoping that it just kind of naturally comes out. Do you all remember going all the way back as fans, growing up with the original series? Do you remember that kind of original? What was your first experience with Star Trek? Do you have that?
The original.
The original. Do you have like a sense of memory?
Oh God, more than
Talking about checkers.
Chat. Yeah.
more than a sense of memory. It was a big deal for my brother and I,
Ronnie, the cute one.
the cute one, and it was we grew up on science fiction. We grew up on cowboy movies. We grew up on that sort of, and it was amazing in its creation because we saw people that we never saw on TV.
Yeah.
Just very rarely, but you had Sulu, you had Chekhov, you had Aurora, you had all of these people. And every one of those shows was a morality play. And at that time, in the 60s, that's all we were about, was morality. And civil rights, and all of these things, women's rights. It was kind of echoing or mirroring when we were growing up. We loved it.
I had a very similar experience growing up as a young black woman in Newark. I'd never seen really my own image on the screen before until Michelle, who became a hero to me. And as you know, John Lewis talked to her into staying on the show.
Yeah.
John had talked to me about that prior, and I thought it was an excellent idea, and I'm very glad that he
Yeah.
encouraged me to do that. And from that, we were privileged to add to our family the Whoopi Goldberg Same story.
Yeah.
Sally Good. Same story.
Nice
All
choice.
bullshit aside, it's been fabulous
Yeah.
for women and diversity. That show. And it continues to be
It
so.
continues.
Thanks so much for all you guys. Diversity.
You know, when I came to Next Generation, I was hoping that they would have, you know, people of color, and especially black women. And when I saw you, I'm like, okay. Thank you. Thank you. A very nice looking black woman, too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Brent, what about you? Do you have kind of an early memory of that original series? No, that's great. This is gold. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Just kind of an early, as a fan and growing up with that original series, your first kind of
You're assuming something, James, that may or may not be true. But let's find out.
You know, I'm from Texas.
As am I.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Dallas.
Dallas. Big
Dallas,
D.
Texas.
Little A.
Yeah.
Houston.
Houston.
Wouldn't get Houston. Wouldn't get Houston.
There we go. Anybody else? No? Okay.
Texas here. Yeah.
Buckeye, Ohio, Buckeyes.
Texas. Texas, the final frontier.
And that spells dollars when every home of dollars going to give you.
I need a cup of coffee before we came out.
I can tell. Yeah, I can tell.
You don't want me to be boring.
No, and you have proven that you are not boring, so.
I want to hear Brent's answer to his familiarity as a fan of the original series.
Do you have any more of those, by the way? Did I mention I was from Texas? From Big D, Little A. Double LA, okay. And as a young black woman in Texas, I was thrilled. Steve Martin vibes. Steve Martin vibe. Yeah. Lord. No, you know what? I'm not aware there was a show before ours. You know, I used to come home from college, and there would be an episode on in the afternoons.
What?
Yeah.
When you were studying in Mr. Pitt?
Yeah.
Seeing Pickett?
Yeah.
And the Quains?
Yeah.
Randy?
Yeah.
You're talking like our students.
No Quains here at all? What about Jack Quaid?
I'm just up here to ask the questions.
Well, anyway,
That is cool.
yeah. I would come in and turn on the TV. In the afternoons, every afternoon was an episode of Star Trek, the original series. It, of course, only lasted 78 afternoons.
Yeah.
But I was particularly drawn to it because of Shatner.
Yeah.
Who But I had seen him in a couple of other things.
The Brothers Karamazov.
For one, but primarily I remembered him from because it was really Richard Basehart in the Brothers Karamazov that I was interested in. But
The most esoteric film.
You had one fan in the audience.
it's a Richard Basehart fan out there.
He's a big bass harp fan over there. Yeah.
Anyway,
Make a long story short.
I too late for that. First time I came in, I saw Shatner, and I thought, what is this? And then suddenly my mind went, picture a man. The quality of mercy is not strained, but for this man, mercy will be not coming. Shakespeare, Act 1, Scene 2, Merchant of Venice. Cut to Shatner in an airplane. And that's what drew me into Star Trek,
Yeah.
was Shatner.
Yeah.
Shatner on Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
Drew you into Shatner on...
Yeah.
Now that sounds like a true story.
Yeah. It's not. I just wanted to do.
It was all just like,
It was nice. The build was great. The setup was great.
Picture of man. This was started. Shakespeare, Act 2, Scene 3, for calling him merciless, not strained. But picture a man whose mercy is being strained considerably.
Yeah, that was good.
You know what? Are you doing all the panels this weekend?
Not all of them, because I
Because you get the ball.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this crowd.
Look at this.
Thank you very much.
Comments are long. So early. And you're the first panel
Why
of
are
the
you doing a
show.
panel on Friday? I'm not going to ask anymore because I can see why.
It doesn't seem to have hurt your crowd. Yeah.
This is awesome.
It's good. Who's this? Did you all get together and rehearse that before?
So I know that everyone's really anxious to know my feelings about it. I mean, it's really important to also be inclusive to women, since Star Wars is so inclusive.
We have you and two black women that were in the cast.
And so I would just like to say, I didn't have the same experiences they did, but as an Asian woman, I felt that there was really something happening for me.
It's getting on here.
And I couldn't wait to just be part of this spaceship that was going to bring in tolerance and women and science and motherhood. My boys, they're so wonderful. They saved the ship, you know, Will Wheaton, but anyway, you know, it's because I raised them. Anyway, you know, it didn't really matter who their fathers were. I'm just saying, and people don't really know who the real fathers were.
Obviously, it didn't matter. I had a Star Trek moment
Yeah.
that I want to talk about, which is when I was growing up, I saw, the original cast, and like I said, my brother and I watched it. So I got in college, to watch the more reruns, and then when we were on our show, you don't think when you're watching it that things are going to turn out the way they are. You have no idea. But I was lucky enough to do their last movie. And we were in a scene together, and I'm sitting on one side, and all of their chairs were on the other side, and they're all sitting there. And I'm, not thinking about too much of anything, and then, which is usual. And all of a sudden I realized I'm on the set with these guys, like all of them. And I'm like, oh my God, they're Scotty. Well, I didn't just have the scotch and do that. And Sulu wore back to do Captain. Yeah, it was just like in my head. And it was one of those Star Trek moments where you just wouldn't believe that you would be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that Sulu was awesome.
Yeah.
The Scottish accent, for surprisingly, was not great.
Yeah. Say this after me. You're looking at a lot more possibilities here to be.
That's good. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So you
Who else
all.
did you?
Well,
You doing an impersonation?
No, I definitely do not. Yeah.
How about you?
In sign language. An impersonation in sign language.
Give me a little shot.
We're just gonna do, this is gonna be the rest of the panel. We're just gonna do that. Does anybody else have one they want to throw out? Yeah.
Anybody here from the original series?
I like in the audience?
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's in the audience. That would be amazing if William Shatner just stood up there. I'm here.
Shatner's working Burbank this weekend. What about the cast from Voyager?
I think you're it.
What about Deep Throat 9?
Deep. I'm sorry.
What about that part?
I think you are the Star Trek representation for the weekend.
Are you serious?
Do we need anyone else?
Yes, maybe we do. What about Strange New Worlds?
I mean, you also, this is a good segue.
What about Lower Decks?
I don't think there's. I mean, you do check multiple boxes.
I check multiple boxes, but let me ask you this.
Do you need to take that, or? It's William Shatner.
It's my dentist.
You should probably take that. Yeah.
Take it, Johnny, take it.
Hello?
Hi, it's Jonathan Frakes, right? Correct? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Should I update the, I have a change of address.
Yeah, tell him the address.
I may enjoy the fact that this phone call is being presented in front of, I would say, thousands of people.
Thousands.
I'm on stage. Okay? But I would change the address. I'm not going to give the address out loud. But I'll call you. I'll talk to you guys later.
Keep that address updated.
You can never tell what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a Star Trek question.
Just for a minute, excuse me, I got this today from somebody. It's a miniature gay pride, but it brings Ronan. This is my candle. Look at this girl. This is for Pride Month. Ronan's candle. It's just a little bit of love. You know, a little bit of love, this does it for you.
You have a question?
What happened to Prodigy?
What happened to Prodigy? I think a lot of people ask me.
Yeah, do you have
I don't know.
any idea what happened?
It's canceled.
No, it's more than said.
Yes, of course.
Inquiring minds.
Well, does anyone know what happened to Prodigy? Well, we know that. Yeah, we do know that. I don't know.
Should we ask them, should we let them ask questions? Maybe we should.
We could, yeah.
I think we could.
Something
Do
to
you
do with
want
that.
to be able to ask your
Can
questions?
we go to we have a mic over here and a mic over here. So we'll start here on the left. Hi, what's your name?
What have you still? Hello?
Hi.
May I have the commentary for every guest that's on the panel? Is it possible?
Sure.
I'd like to. Oh, you have a question. Sorry. Please. First and foremost, Mr. Michael Dorn, shout out. I'm a fellow Houstonian, graduate from Texas Southern University, Go Tigers.
Well, for what university?
Texas Southern University in Houston.
I'm from Houston.
Yeah.
You only wanted to shout out Michael, though.
Well, Dorn and I said he was from Houston. I did.
Yeah, we grew up together.
Excellent. Same neighborhood. But question number one for Gaze McFadden, why wasn't Dr. Beverly Crusher the one that was actually walking with McCoy at the very beginning of the season instead of Data?
Four questions.
Yeah, sorry. For Chris Piner, if he could whistle his initial whistling from the early season afterwards, it'd be awesome. And then the last question for Mr. Jonathan Frakes.
That season, they're good questions.
For Mr. Jonathan Frakes, I'm looking for a photo opportunity with you and Mr. Michael Dorn, and can we make it a threesome?
Can you even hear yourself?
Yes. Thank you.
All right, next question.
Good question, man. Wait, Gates didn't get to answer the question.
Well, that's all right. I think it's because he didn't want to wear high heels. And no, I think it's because you might not have noticed, but women were not like super in the forefront in the some of the next gen stuff early on, but whatever. I think that's more the reason. But I think it was a beautiful scene between he and David. So there you go.
I do. I remember I grew up with DeForest in Houston. No, actually,
He was from Texas.
no, he wasn't from Texas.
Yeah,
No, he was Southern.
He was Southern.
I think he was.
A great guy, a really nice man, and I think the whole that cast of there was another show, right? The original show.
The original season.
Yes. They would all, I think, agree to a person that he was maybe the best person of all of them. He was just a great guy.
Great human being.
I have a serious story to tell you about Dee.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's the same story I have.
When after First Contact opened, I was a nervous wreck, as you can imagine, because I'd never done a movie before, and I moved, or didn't move, but I went up to Great Barrington to stay with a friend of mine on the farm and get out from underneath whatever was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to be as successful as it was. We were staying on the barn at this guy's house, and he gets a phone call, and he comes out to the barn and says, "There's somebody on the phone for you." I said, "Who knows that I'm here?" I had no idea, and it was DeForest Kelly had found out where I was, I think from Brent, because he lived near Rick, Berman, right? And Berman somehow found out where I was. And DeForest Kelly said, "I just wanted to call you, Jonathan, and tell you how wonderful the movie is and how proud I am that you carried on the legacy of Star Trek." How cool is that? That's a true
Do you know the history of DeForest Kelly in that?
He did so many things.
Well, he came within an inch of being a major star in the 40s because he was up for a part in a movie called This Gun for Hire. And it came down to two people, DeForest Kelly and Alan Ladd. And Alan Ladd got the part, and that's the role that made him a star. Yeah.
He was doing stuff when they didn't even have they didn't have doors. Like you'd slam a door on set and it would be the fabric would move. I mean, he was in all of the old stuff. He really had a legacy.
Anyway, great guy.
Yeah, amazing. All right, we'll go over here. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Angel. My mom basically raised me on Star Trek, so it's awesome to finally get to
A
see.
woman of exquisite television taste.
Yes, she does, and she was super excited to hear you were going to be here. So I know it's probably asking a lot, but her birthday's on the 7th, and would you guys be willing to say happy birthday, Lupe? Because she will freak.
Let's do it.
Where she live? Can we come over?
You know what? We live in Brent, New Mexico, about 4 hours south. You guys are welcome to come have some.
Ooh, good opportunity for the Fred Johnny show. That's good. Happy birthday
Happy
to you.
birthday, Lupe.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lupe. Happy birthday to you.
Does anyone else have a birthday between now and the 7th?
That was no, that was good. It was a little pitchy in the beginning, but you found it. You found it. Yeah, it was good.
We didn't have a
That's true. You didn't warm up or anything. Yeah, that was great. We'll go over here.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is for the whole panel. My question is, in Picard Season 3, we found out that something happened to the Enterprise E that wasn't Worf's fault. I'm just wondering what your headcanon is of what actually happened to the E.
It was Worf's fault.
I got nothing on that one.
I haven't watched the show yet.
This was in the show.
He was in the show. You know what?
You know, there must be some Terry Metalis.
That's a Terry Metalis question, yeah, because I don't, I mean, I read it and I went, oh, like, so I never knew what that was.
Timing is everything. Because you didn't have to know what you're talking about if you time it right.
You say a word with conviction.
Brent, that's a very nice compliment. You don't give out many.
And actually, there was cruelty underneath it.
All right.
I see 4 lights!
Is there a way to do that? We're getting a request to turn the lights. There's always a way.
You know what? I tend to wash out with that much light. I can't even see. I bet they're violating the no taping code as well, the no videotaping code.
Still looking for that light, Caroline. All right, we'll see if those go down. But hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Chris. Thanks for coming. It's nice to see you all. This question is for all of you who have directed Star Trek episodes. It was well known that your set was a fun set. What was it like when you had to go behind the camera and deal with the shenanigans of the actors?
I am surprised based on this panel that you never got anything done.
That is a misnomer, because I think that, and Jonathan, if you understand us, you got everything done that you have to.
Yeah.
If you just understood that once they say cut, there's going to be, who knows what's going on. And all you have to say is, okay, and action. Everybody goes with it.
Did you find that to be the case? Did people treat you with, was it cast good to you? Even when you said you were, I'm talking to you. Yeah. So when they wanted to put little, I love that you wanted to put little feces around the ship.
Well, yes, well, that's what it was in the script. It said that the script even had, they were like little pieces of something. I loved doing Genesis. I loved directing that show. It wasn't a typical Star Trek show, but I mean, Jonathan waited for the longest time in his full makeup. It was really an arduous shoot, and there was an earthquake that happened during it. I don't know, but it was really fun. And when you're on the bridge, it's always bedlam. But people really, Marina did stuff that I was like thrilled that she was able to do. It was supposed to be like this nude in the bathroom. I know you guys are disappointed, but it was supposed to be a nude scene and she's in the bathtub, And I went, oh no, it would be much scarier if she's in her uniform and her hair is molting off, and that would be so freaky because, people know she's so beautiful. And then when her head comes up, it's like stunning. And she wasn't happy, but she did it, and she did it really well. And, that's what was great. People really were terrific. I mean, they would make fun of you on the set or whatever, but they would do what you asked them to do. And it was really great.
Including when Patrick directed.
Well, there was something, I won't tell the whole story, but and I want to say this a lot of times, but Brent never really does crazy stuff. I mean, in between takes, stuff like that. But when it comes to sort of like reversing and all the time, but we had some bad behavior on Patrick's show that...
The Western?
No, it was some show, I can't remember, with Vincent Rowe. And Brent and I came into the scene, and we made the mistake of saying the 3 words, but this is stupid. And we went off, and they couldn't corral us for like an hour.
And Patrick was furious.
He was furious. He never forgave us until
Still, I think. He's still bitter about it. He's got a little bit of edge still.
Yeah, but it was just the idea that we were there looking for Michelle Forbes, and she was right over there. Like, not even like where they are. She was like right here.
Yeah, and our line was, I wonder where Vincent Rowe is. And we were going, oh, there she is.
And we described her. We said, well, she's about 5'7", she has bangs and dark hair, she has a ridge, and she has a beauty mark. If you've seen her, let us know.
It was stupid. Yeah.
And we went on, but the worst part was we came in and we wouldn't come in as Data and Worf. We come in as 2 stupid English guys. Or just whatever accent that we loved that week, we would do it, and this went on for hours. But we never did that to anybody else, but Patrick.
We are all guilty of thinking we're funnier than we are. A lot. Patrick asked me when he was directing in engineering one day, he said, Frakes, It would be great if you came in the door, if you came in to engineering, and on the way across the room, if you would just kneel down right about here. I said, well, why would I kneel down? He said, well, there's nothing here. There's no machines, there's nothing. He said, it would really help. So I walked in and I kneeled down for him. I said, is this what you're looking for? He said, yeah, that's great. And I said, what? We'll talk about stupid. And I did it for him.
But the bastard, I asked him to do something. And I said, Patrick, it doesn't read that way when you're in the room,
Yeah.
but the way it's going to be cut, it's going to look this. And he said, no, I'm not going to do that. And he wouldn't do it. And then after, when he saw it afterwards, he said, no, you were right. Thank you so much.
I'm getting texts right now from LeVar and Will Wheaton. Whoa! He says,
Tell the fans I said hi. And LeVar says,
he says, heads up getting through security at Denver International.
I'd like to keep in touch.
It's weird. I can see your phone. You just sent an emoji of a rainbow and a butterfly. It's so weird.
I don't know the rest of the
You've had a story.
move on to the next.
Do you just go to the next one?
That's an answer to a question, by the way.
I was gonna give you an opportunity to talk about your writing experience as well. With
The
Star Trek.
cast was really nice when I was writing at home.
You could just write this stuff that you're like, oh, they're gonna think this is stupid. Yeah.
I didn't write stuff for them. I mean, I wrote a story.
Right.
But I never wrote. I did write dialogue for you in my book. I don't know if you've heard about my book.
It's a good time to plug it, though.
It's a little thing I like to call fan fiction. If you haven't read it or listened to it, because the whole cast did their own voices, played themselves.
True
And
story.
did we talk about that on Gates McFadden Investigates? Who do you think you are? My podcast?
No, I think you asked me.
Oh, okay. Is this the plug-in time, Jonathan?
Yeah,
you wanna plug
Jonathan, would you
something?
like to plug anything?
Well, Brent and I have a new reality show.
Oh, what's that called?
It's called Brent and Johnny's Enterprise. It's a true story.
Is this? I don't know what to believe in.
No. It's a wish fulfillment show.
Okay.
In which, you know what Cameo is? Where they
Yes.
It's a live action cameo where we will go to your house and fulfill a wish that you have.
That's gonna get dangerous.
It's an amalgam of, American Pickers where they drive around the truck.
Yeah.
Those two schmucks are the two of us. And Bill Roseberry Jobs, where he does certain things.
Yeah.
And Queer Eye.
Yes.
It's got kind of that vibe.
Yeah. Where is this streaming?
We're just about to make it. We just closed the deal, and we're looking for wishes from all of you.
I mean, and forget about Lupe.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I see it. Yeah. Now, lowercase, no spaces. Brent and Johnny, J-O-N-N-Y, show at gmail.com.
Okay.
Send your requests. We go through them. We will decide.
And if they sound easy, we'll do it.
That sounds great. We're excited.
This is the truth.
I believe you. I'm gonna choose to believe you.
Why don't you make a wish?
All right. I'll send an email.
What's the email?
It is Brent and Johnny at gmail.com.
Brent and Johnny Show, all lowercase.
Brent and Johnny Show and Lies.
Don't write the all lowercase, just put it in all lowercase.
I was really confused because I really thought you said Brett, and I was like, why would you change his name from the email? That's so weird. Do you want to plug your vegan cookbook that you have coming out, or?
Very nice, Jake.
Do you notice that nobody, when I said Investigates, nobody went, yay, and so none of you have ever listened to it. Is that right? Look, they don't know. 5 people over there. They're all on the podcast. Nobody has listened to Gates McFadden Investigates. They're fake Wow, he's gotten strong.
Just a fan of those two things, yeah. Yeah. Michael, do you actually have anything to plug coming up?
I started writing.
Real or fake?
Tell them the story, tell them what you're doing. Tell them.
I am writing for DC Comics. They called me back last year and they said, hey, we want you to be part of this DC universe in terms of the character I voiced many years ago, John Henry Steele. And so I said, well, what do you want me to do? And they said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I'd like to write. They said, we love it. And so I've been writing since, I guess, February, March, when we finally closed the deal. And I just handed in number 4. And the first one is already out.
Oh.
And
Where can we get that?
Huh?
Where can we find that?
You want to grab some
I'm going to guess on the huge Comic-Con floor.
I would think you can find it here, wouldn't you?
You would think,
At the comic book convention. Convention. And but the first one is out, and the second one's coming out very soon. And we're doing. They want to do 6 issues, and then put that issue in one kind of volume.
Wow.
But it was very exciting. It was very exciting.
That's exciting.
It's very exciting. I thought you were going to say, just finished. I handed in episode 87.
And in fact, if you want, I will come to your house. And I have you a copy.
That could be an episode of the Brent and Johnny Show.
He's starting a rival wish.
No, it'll be a guest. It'll be a
Make a wish. We'll come to you.
Or you come on our show as you to fulfilling a wish. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
First of all, let me tell you the good news. There's no money in it.
So that's my thing. I'm very happy with it. It's turned out really well.
Yeah, great
and they gave me a free hand.
How's the animation?
How's it what?
The animation, how's it?
Oh man, it's spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, what they can do, and the thing is, like, not unlike a script. A script is a kind of a general thing. Oh, you write something here, and the hills are like this. You have to describe every little thing for the illustrator. And they show it to me. Well, Michael, what do you think? And they're kind of concerned that I'm not. I'm like, I was speechless.
That's fantastic.
It's fantastic, you know. And the guys are, you know, although John Henry, I think he's on steroids. Because he is huge. He's huge. But everybody is. But I was really. I know. If you know that story of John Henry, I put that in there.
Of course you did.
Which is,
Daddy picked him up and he put him on the floor and said,
I'm gonna be a steel driving man. So that's right.
We're so excited for all these projects. We
What
started.
do you got going?
I got some more panels in the near future, including the next one that's about to start.
And I also, I can't quite say what this is, but it's really cool and it is related to X-Men, and I do have something that's coming up. And that I was really excited about. It's a new animation. And
Related to X-Men.
yes.
Yeah.
And I also I'm doing a documentary on an incredible woman who was very big in Hollywood, and I'm very pleased to be doing that. So
I'm singing at a couple of bar mitzvahs.
Is that part of the wish fulfillment, or that's just a side gig?
We're doing a wedding.
they're going to do bar mitzvahs.
I
They're
think the wedding
definitely
lady
going to
will
do
buy
it, right? That's the plan. It's
Yeah,
not
we're gonna do a wedding.
Yeah.
But do a wedding or a bar
It's
mitzvah?
a side gig because I do it in Hebrew, which only the people there will.
Can you share a little of it?
Do you still know the Haftorah?
You know, the Haftorah has no vowels.
No vowels?
Yeah, so you have to memorize it, you know. I memorized it pretty well.
I'm sure you got any other for me now?
What?
Did you all think we were going to talk about Picard? I mean, I don't want to just point
Wait.
like thousands of people.
You know what? Don't we ever up like a 5-hour panel?
No, well, I'll tell you what.
Let's go for it.
Katie Sackhoff.
Oh, she gave me.
She's here.
Get her
Hey.
over. Get her over
I don't think she's
here.
We're just going to moderate the rest of the panels, okay? I'm sorry if you were hoping to see them at their tables this weekend, but...
Okay. Oh, they lied to us.
Katie's not here.
Katie's not here. All right.
Katie, how did you feel about the original series?
We're gonna ask the actress from Star Wars all Star Trek questions.
Yeah. All right.
I love
Quick
that.
question on what, do we have any other quick questions?
We are a minute over time.
Okay, good. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Wow. As quickly as it started, quick off the top of this one, kicks it off the first to the best.